Linda, to me, is a very outgoing person. She's always the one talking a lot. She's always happy. She's a dental assistant. The way I described her on my FundMe was exactly how I felt about her. On the FundMe, I described her as a dental assistant who loves to fix people's teeth so they can always have a nice smile. And I always feel like Linda's always concerned about everyone's smile, including her. She's a happy person, is always smiling and happy. And I guess lately I just haven't been able to see that smile.
Yeah, so it started with irregular bleeding, and then one day I was out at a party, a kid's birthday party, and I was carrying a lot of my nieces and nephew that day, and then all of a sudden one day it just started bleeding a lot. The next day I went to the doctors again, and then they gave me a pap smear to check to see if everything was okay, and they found an inch cut on my cervix. And then 2 weeks later she called me and told me that I had cancerous cells.
When we went to the doctor and we found out that it was cervical cancer, he said it was stage 1, which, was a big relief. And then they pulled up her CAT scan and they said that there are 2 areas that was lighting up red. So he said that she has cervical cancer, but they also think that she also has cancer in her ovaries. So right now Linda has cervical cancer stage 1, but we don't know if she has ovarian cancer either until she has her surgery. So taking her to a doctor, the doctor said she was gonna live, which was like the really good news. And all I can see her is crying because she couldn't have kids anymore, because the doctor said she couldn't have kids. So at that moment I was happy because it wasn't stage 3, it was actually stage 1. But Linda wasn't happy because she wasn't able to have kids anymore. So she was sitting there crying.
When they told me that the chances of me not being able to have kids anymore was very high, and they're telling me that immediately I need to go ahead and see a doctor to maybe possibly freeze my eggs and I wouldn't be able to have kids, I was more sad about that than I was about the cancer. I always wanted to get married, have kids, have a family of my own, and now it's being taken away from me. But after a while I spoke to a few of my friends, and I decided to go see the doctor to possibly freeze my egg. And I don't know if I'm still in the twilight zone or in denial of maybe still wanting to have the kid. So I'd rather just freeze my eggs and have it for the future just in case, instead of not freezing it and going back and not being able to have a little me running around, So, I don't know what the future holds. And I know this is the one thing that is not covered through insurance or anything. And it financially is hard, but this is something that I want to do.